So this episode is not just for employers, but also for employees who would like to know how to not just survive, but thrive in this ever-evolving working world. Everybody agrees that continuous learning is very important. Everybody agrees that training is very important. But in a small business, in a small setup, how relevant are those trainings? And how do we measure if it is applicable? And how do we measure if what is being trained is enforced on the ground? Let's ask Deepa.
So there's something called training needs analysis, which is done in larger corporates. There's no reason you cannot do a mini version in your small organization.
Okay.
So
Training needs analysis.
Yes,
okay.
TNA, right?
All right?
Training needs analysis, as the name suggests. What are the business requirements?
Yeah.
And what are the skill sets that the employees have? And is there a gap? So, for example, we do a lot of sales, we do a lot of discussions with different suppliers, but negotiations are really weak in our company. That means negotiation skills is a training need that comes out of it. That's an example, right? So likewise, if you start with the basic needs, so if you're in a retail outlet, if you're in a grocery, if you're in a clinic, what is a common need? Customer service mindset, right? So check and see, how do you find out? Do you have lots of complaints? Do you have zero compliments? I mean, I guess in certain situations in a clinic, you may not get many compliments, but what is your rate of this, basic debits and credits of this compliments and complaints kind of situation? What is the basic need? So first address the training from a must-have, which is the addressing the need. So is there something they are not quite doing, which you need to provide? Second would be the nice to have, which is what is their interest? So now you can start saying, okay, we have 4 employees in our team. What would be something you're interested to learn? Oh yeah, we want to know, and I bet this is something that comes out, how does AI fit into the work I do? Is there things that I can use to make my job easier by certain technological tools, right? Automation. So interest would be the second, right? So we've addressed the basic needs, business and employee. Then we address their interest from the employee perspective. That's going pro-employee. And finally, it's about future-proofing your business. Are there skills or knowledge or experience or qualifications that need to be given to your team members to future-proof your business?
And then how can these businesses measure the effectiveness of this training when they send their...
Okay. I will actually give credit to obviously the Kirkpatrick model, which is used for training.
You shared with me once, yeah.
And it talks about the 4 levels of learning, and correct. It's like return on investment.
Yep.
So the first is you go for a training and you'll say, oh, the food was great, the training was fun, the room was so nice, right? That's level 1, right? Level 2 is, did I actually learn anything? So very simple. A lot of organizations, when we do training, and even when I do this with clients, we have a pre and post test. So you entered that and you did a certain test, and hopefully there's a slight take-up better rate at the end of the training session, because I've shown not did I only enjoy the program, but I learned something from it. Same questions before, after. Level 3 will be in terms of application. So am I able to now take it and I can actually see, oh yeah, I see the way Deepa speaks to customers now is different. She's got a better service mindset. She pauses. Certain hacks and things that we've taught at these programs are now being used, right? That's application. And last but not least, it's results. So very simple thing, is there less grievances, there are less complaints? If you can correlate it to what has changed, which is this training, then you've reached level 4.
So training has always been about to make the company, to make the staff, to make anybody in the company better, whether it's the service, whether it's the staff's technical skills, always about to make it better.
Yeah.
What happens now if somebody, whether it's the manager or the staff, don't think training is necessary because everything is okay, Why do you want to suddenly change things? Everything is fine. There's been not much complaints. Technically, everybody's also doing their work relatively well. So why should someone send their staff for training? I would like to take a moment to talk about our episode sponsor, Giggles. Giggles is actually a cafe that is located at Taman Mega in Petaling Jaya. They have an amazing selection of coffee and a very good place for brunch, for breakfast and for lunch. From nasi lemak goreng ayam berempah to tuna brioche from pineapple Yakult to a dirty latte. They have everything under the roof that'll make your tummy and taste buds impressed. If you are on the LDP and stuck in traffic, make sure you look up for Giggles because it is just around the corner, and let your tummy be impressed.
So let's look from the employer perspective, right? So a lot of the time they say, it's about simple thing about when they say you give the person a fish or you teach them how to fish, right? Or when you take time to sharpen the knife. So the question will be, the world is changing so fast. Everything is moving ahead. It's not even about training, it's becoming almost essential life skills.
Yeah.
Think about coding. Coding was never in the syllabus for any of the children or even teenagers. Today, it's almost like a must-have.
Yeah.
If people have the privilege to learn it in schools, it's something that's becoming part of a must-have. So training needs to be seen as a skill, life skill, and it's almost an essential factor. So from an employer perspective, if you want to future-proof your business, you better find a way to keep upskilling your employees. Otherwise, they may become irrelevant. So that's employer.
Okay.
An employee likewise.
Yep.
I don't want to be redundant. Just because I'm a Gen Xer doesn't mean I can't learn what the new generation is talking about and what they need. I want to understand how to be more fit for purpose for the future.
Very good.
I think both parties need to find that balance.
Yep.
It doesn't mean everyone will be interested. You can't win them all. But at least give everyone the opportunity.
If you think Deepa George could be of value to you in the area of training, talent management, leadership, or coaching, be sure to look her up on LinkedIn and see how she could be of value to your business. If this conversation has got you thinking, then share it with someone who's on the same journey. You might not know who will need to hear this today. I'm Josh G, and you're watching Unfiltered Business, where we talk about the real work in the world without the corporate filter.